What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are watching Ranger Wrap Up. Peace out.
Welcome, Illuminerdi. It is Saturday, and on Saturday, you know, it's time for the Ranger Wrap-Up, and we got a special Ranger Wrap-Up because we got another guest spotlight, and today I'm joined by Dan from the fan club. Dan, how are you doing today, sir?
Hey, I am doing amazing. Thank you so much for having me on. This has always been a dream ever since I started this years ago to work with other Power Ranger YouTubers and collab and just talk crap about the franchise. You know, I love it, man. So thank you so much. I'm excited to be on, bro.
Awesome, man. Now, first thing I have to tell you, and I have to just bring it up, is I love your intro because I was a huge fan of the artist formerly known as Krispy Kreme, Froggy Fresh. So, when I heard that song, I was like, why does this song sound so freaking familiar? And I remembered the music video and I remember everything. So if you guys haven't checked that music video out and you're a Power Rangers fan, you're going to freaking love it. It's, dude, I don't even know where's that guy at right now? Dude,
he's still making some funny songs, but he switched it up where he's no longer rapping. He's doing some piano comedic stuff. And dude, if you haven't checked out that is hilarious. I think his name is Tyler Cassidy. He just went back to his original name.
Nice.
Hilarious, bro. I'll have to send you some of that. But yeah, for all the fans out there, if you like a Power Rangers hip hop song with a Power Rangers story, go check out Street Rangers 2. Froggy Fresh, that is a banger.
Yes.
I take 7-8 seconds of that for copyright purposes and throw it in the beginning real quick.
Yeah.
Someone told me that one day and I was like, wait, you can? Because I got a perfect song for my show.
Yeah, it's freaking perfect. Now, how did you get started with Ranger videos and getting involved with the community?
Oh, man. So I was involved in the community, the actual live community, before I was actually on the internet doing reviews and stuff like that. So it started about 8 years ago. I had this idea, I started going to cons and I got addicted. I got addicted to meeting the actors and just, talking about all the inside stuff that you can't really hear unless you're talking one-on-one with them, right?
Yes.
So fell in love with that idea, and I live in Dubuque, Iowa. I live on the border of Iowa, Illinois, and Wisconsin. You can be in 3 states in 5 minutes. So I saw an opportunity. It was I know there's a Power Ranger following. I'm going to try to bring a Power Ranger here. And we ended up bringing Steve Cardenas to our local theater for the 20th anniversary of Power Rangers. We did a little Q&A, a little screening of the movie, got to meet the fans, all that kind of stuff. And this was before, dude, I had any of this established. And it's one of those situations where I barely made my money back. I was 21, 22. I was just learning what I was doing. And I remember I polled 200 people of my close friends, hey, if I did this family event, it's going to be a movie. You can meet a Power Ranger, ask him questions. Would you go? And a lot of people were like, yeah, I'd go. About two of the 200 people I asked, about 190 people said, yes, I'm going to go. Well, of those that I asked, I want to say about 10 of those showed up, and Ranger Nation saved me. We got about 20 VIPs and about 40, 50 other Ranger fans showed up, and I didn't lose all my money. But I remember early at a young age learning because before that, we got our start as a hip hop group, and we were touring, doing shows for Twista, Kid Ink, Do or Die, like a bunch of different hip hop groups. So I was doing these shows. Was like, oh, this is so easy. Well, I was going to try to take a pop culture thing and turn it into a show and flip it real quick. Well, I learned real quick. If you want to do Comic-Cons, the first few years, just expect to lose some money. Like, you know, you got to level up. There's levels to the game, just like there is YouTube. So I went a few years just watching the show, and tell you the truth, and it wasn't that I hated Ninja Steel, but I never really gravitated towards that season. And through that time, I watched it. But when I got into YouTube, I started doing a little bit of everything. We're talking music reviews, sports, we're talking pop culture. We're doing a little bit of everything instead of just focusing on one thing, because we're still trying to get our footing, see what works, all that kind of stuff. Well, when Beast Morphers came into the picture, I remember that there was just this wave of people coming up and old Power Ranger YouTubers falling off in a way, if that makes any sense. There was some around that time when Hasbro took over that, like, some people were for it, some people were against it. I'm like, yo, this is my perfect time. I know Power Rangers. I grew up like, I was 2 years old when it came out. So I literally remember like the release and my parents taking me to the store, and there's a bunch of people fighting over these dang little Power Ranger figures. Like, I remember this, bro, just barely bits and pieces, but I felt like I don't know everything about the brand, but at the same time, I've got the passion and it's here. I'll watch the episodes and we're going to learn together. Like, what I don't know, the fans will correct me in the comments and let me know, and we'll learn together. Like, I'll give you some information, you'll give me some information. It's not just a give. It's a give tape type thing. And I think over the years we've established, I don't really call it a fan base. I call it a family. Like, we actually like talk, and I have people in my DMs on Facebook that over time are just becoming friends because they're giving me ideas and we're talking about Power Rangers, and it's a nice little outlet that we've created. So that's kind of how I got into it. There's 1,000 other things. I should mention that on the weekends, I run a successful DJ business. And then I'm a toy collector. I run a little toy merch spot. We got the fan club. We're kind of working everywhere. And then I also run a digital social media like business where we basically take care of local businesses and run their Facebook pages. So like, we're doing 4 or 5 things a day, and it's all started from the fan club and the love of Power Rangers, if you think about it.
I think that's amazing. I saw some pictures of your store and all the Power Ranger toys you got there. So, like, how did you get involved in like selling merchandise and doing stuff like that? Like, was it kind of like a gamble, or like, oh, let's just try it out, sell at some local events and stuff? How that happen?
So the merch thing has always just been like an accessory to us. We started doing cons, and depending on what the con can give us, sometimes we get like a VIP, like a press pass or something to come and interview people. Sometimes the more local ones, they kind of know about us and they want to hook us up. They'll let us do whatever we want, and they'll give us a table. So like and when you got a table, you got to have stuff to sell, right? You know, when you're at these events, don't get me wrong. I do this because I love it. I love talking to people. It's so much fun to talk about Power Rangers and have an outlet to do this. But at the same time, to keep doing this, we got to make some money at the same time. So like it all depends. Like, great example, when we go to C2E2, which is basically like your Midwest New York Comic-Con. It's in Chicago for all the fans who don't know what C2E2 is. When we go there, we're not usually getting a table because there's too much going on. We need to get panels, we need to get interviews, we need to do all that fun stuff. So we're not going to be like stranded at a table. But at our more local cons, I like to have myself a table. We can kind of talk with the local people we know, or or tell people locally to come follow a channel that's actually on the rise. We're not the biggest, we're not the best, but we're learning, and you know, come learn with us, because that's one of the things here with us. We're not the best by any means, and we do give flowers. Like I make a bunch of videos giving credit to some of the other bigger YouTubers, because that's what it's about, man. Yeah. I know if I were to quit today, no one could really say I never appreciated anybody, because I get it. And there's people that have set things up for me that I could even have this platform, and you guys even give a crap about what I'm saying.
Like I told you earlier, I was just going through some reaction videos, and I came across yours, and I loved your take on a lot of things. You know, albeit maybe a little biased, because I felt like we shared the kind of same type of energy and same type of logic behind everything. Now, going in talking about Power Rangers, how do you feel about the direction that they're going right now?
I actually am a big fan of what they're doing. I know that there's a lot of people that are emotionally attached with the way that it used to be in the 90s, early 2000s. But the thing is, just like with anything, even with money, from entertainment to music, everything is shifting into a new direction, and that's digital. And for us to still have Power Rangers in 20 years, we have to start moving in that direction. And Hasbro, I think, has done a good job. The only thing that I've really given any crap to for Hasbro has been more about like the release of the Dino Fury toys, how that's been super underwhelming. Yep. But when it comes to production and the show and everything else they're giving us, I really can't complain, because they're trying. I was always told by a coach, I don't care if you win by 50 or you lose by 50. If you're out there actually trying, that's all I care about. Like, I don't care if no one comes to your concert. Were you out there putting up the flyers? Were you sharing it? Were you passing out cards? You know, did you put in the effort? And I feel like Hasbro's actually putting in the effort on this one.
Yeah.
And what I love is the other brands that they have, they fall in love with them, like Transformers and My Little Pony and G.I. Joe, and they really try to give the fans of those brands what they want. Hasbro actually listens to their fans, and Bandai and Saban, I felt like because they weren't one, there was always some type of divide on something. You know, if everyone's all working together under one company, under one umbrella, I feel like it's a lot easier.
Yeah. Hasbro is definitely listening to the fans. I don't know if you know, but the brand is actually watching all these YouTube videos, all these YouTube channels, and like just getting their input on everything, and it helps kind of direct the direction that they want to go in the future. One thing that always comes up is post Dino Fury. What, in your opinion, what would be the best approach? Would adapting another season while making decisions be a good idea, or would you rather have a gap and then maybe they come hard the next year with something brand new and something strong?
Okay, so this is all depending on what do we have done for an idea of this Rangerverse idea we're doing on Netflix, right? Yeah. So there's this talk that there's going to be this movie, there's going to be this show, it's going to be all in one universe. How far are we on that? That's kind of the question, because that decides everything. If that's ready to go and we can cast some actors and get it going, then dude, 2023, the 30th anniversary, could be a great year for Power Rangers. And I think that if you can get all your ducks in a row, I think the 30th year anniversary could be huge. And I don't want to compare it to Pokemon, but the 25th anniversary Pokemon was so big, they were doing crazy stuff. So I would be ready to just give everything you can on the 30th anniversary. So if you're not able to get that out, so maybe you're like, okay, 2023 is not going to happen, we'll do that 2024, 2025, we'll have a series and a movie, right? Something like that. Well, then you're going to have to give us something pretty good, because it is the end. So if it's the anniversary season, you give us one last Sentai-based season. I think it would be Zyuohger. I always mess it up, but kill me in the comments about that one. You do that, and then you bring back an awesome like Wild Force, Jungle Fury team up, something the fans haven't seen before. Like you do something that really, you know, like holds, like even after that season, people will still go back and be like, yeah, that episode's dope. It's kind of like Once a Ranger with Operation Overdrive. So many people hate on the theme song, the show, the characters, but Once a Ranger's cool though. You know, like it's one of those where at the end of the day, I think that they could give us that one last hurrah season if they wanted to. And I've always been a fan. If you're not going to give us the movie and everything else, then hit us with something animated. You got 2 years. Hit us with a little animation. And I believe that they could do it 1,001 ways. I have a 12-year-old and I have a 2-year-old. So I get to watch a little bit of everything at this stage, right? Yeah. So I believe that there should be an animated show that is a little bit older, maybe based on the comic books, for Boom, Shatter Grid, all that fun stuff. But I'm a firm believer that Power Rangers would work so well as like a rescue bots, like that new Spidey and His Amazing Friends on Disney, PJ Masks. Like I'm telling you, like you gotta groom the next generation. And what worked for us is not gonna work. I'm telling you, that would be a huge bonus for Power Rangers if you could have a preschool show, like a in the middle show, and then like an adult show, like 3 different shows. I mean, Transformers does it.
Yep. I mean, you got like even Jurassic World animated shows. You got, you know, Fast and Furious animated shows, all kind of within the same umbrella of it, you know, with Hasbro. So I mean, like, as you know, like with this timeline, on this timeline, the previous season, they were already like in the process of casting and doing all that. Yeah. So not hearing any of that and not seeing any of that, you know, wheel turning, it got me like questioning, maybe they are starting a new direction. So as you know, like the same person that we heard the news about the toy split is also the same person that told us that Zoodra is a possibility on the table. It's still up in the air. Simon Bennett still, you know, he doesn't know anything either. So it's for Power Ranger fans, I think it's safe to say that we just gotta be patient. We gotta trust in Hasbro and you know, trust that they know what they're doing. For you, with Power Ranger actors, what has been your most memorable interaction?
Oh man, I don't know. Feel like the first time that I met any Power Ranger actor probably had like the biggest effect on me. It was almost like a nostalgia high, if you will. Like it was like, you know, like brought up like feelings and things you haven't just thought about since you're a little kid, and you're just like, oh my God, like you're here. I used to watch you. So the first time I ever met Power Rangers celebrity anything was Jason David Frank. I want to say it was like 2012, 2013 era. I know it was that because my son was only 3 or 4 at the time, and he's 12 now, so it was a while ago. But he had this karate class, like it was like his little segment that he did instead of a panel that week. He did like a karate class, and my son got to be in it. And he was putting his clips on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. And I just remember how cool that all was and thinking, you know, I could do this. So then I brought Steve Cardenas here, and that like led to another super cool thing, man. Like just to have a Power Ranger chilling in your house, bro, like that was legit. Like I can't lie. You know, there were some things that, you know, I was younger and I didn't fully get what I know now or have something established what I know now. I felt like if we were to bring Steve now, it would be a lot bigger because we actually have a Power Ranger following now, right? And not even besides that, but bringing him here was so cool. And then a few years went by, we started to get into Comic-Cons, and one of the coolest ones I ever met, which is not in the Power Ranger brand, but I thought was still pretty cool. Do you remember Christy, Carlson, Romano?
Oh yeah, from Even
Stevens. She was super cool. We got to meet her, and that was this was about 5 years ago, about 4.5, 5 years ago when we started this journey. And this was like when I first started to like get shout outs and all that cool stuff. And I remember I went up to like her little manager lady and asked if I could get a little video shout out before people even were doing video shout outs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, nah. So I walk up there and I'm just like, hey, could I get an autograph? I'll pay for your autograph. She's like, oh yeah. And I was like, hey, by the way, is there any way I could get like a little video shout out if I pay for a picture? She's like, oh yeah. Go ahead, get in here. I'll give you the picture. I'll give you the autograph, all for a cheap price. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. And the lady just looked at me, and that was the first moment I realized that like it's all about what the artist wants and how they're feeling. Because I've been told no so many times,
Yep.
but I never get mad because that's the name of the game. They're people just like us, man. They might have some stuff going on that really I can't talk right now, but get me next week. And a lot of people are cool about like, yo, if I can't do it today or this week, try me in a few weeks and then we'll get it in. So
Yeah.
there's certain things where I don't know. I love the way Power Rangers is going as a brand, and I also just love meeting people, especially the celebrities, and asking them about it. And the last few times when we met Austin St. John, we actually got to interview him one time. That was probably my favorite interview, even though I was shaking the whole time because it was like a childhood hero. It was so much fun. And hearing him talk about Hasbro and say how he is hopeful and how they could go so many different directions, it really made me hopeful. And that's why I am a certain way about this brand, because that's what I'm hearing from the other people. They're telling it to me themselves, like it's in the right direction.
Yeah.
So and then who was the last Power Ranger? Oh, we just interviewed Sandy Sellner, who played Alpha 5 a few months ago in Minnesota. That was really cool.
She's actually from my hometown here where I live.
No way.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
And that she was awesome to meet. It was, her and Walter Jones were there, and Walter was really cool too. He was out there dancing and stuff. He didn't give us an interview. We don't give him a hard time. You know, it is what it is. So then what was it? C2E2 of 2020. We met Jason Font, and that was so much fun getting to talk with him, like, because there were some things I didn't know that he told me like a few years ago about like how he originally auditioned for like Lost Galaxy, and you know he could have been somebody else, you know, or he auditioned for Lightspeed Rescue too, so he could have been Carter. Like,
Yeah.
it's fun, man. Like you learn so much stuff. So I don't know if I have a favorite one. I feel like I have all different parts of them that have taught me something about myself and how to give a proper interview, because I'm out here, man. I'm just doing this on passion and soul. I don't have any training. If I want to learn something, I go to YouTube.
Yep, exactly. You can get a freaking degree on YouTube, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy. Now, like, what's your dream? What is your dream thing that Power Rangers could do to kind of just like push them over the top and put them in the same category as Transformers or the MCU, or you know what would be the best for you? What would be the best thing that they could do to elevate them to that next step?
All right, so it's going to be like a kind of couple answer thing here. So I did a video a couple weeks ago, and I talked about the 3 main reasons why, in my head, why I thought that the 2017 movie I won't say it failed, but it definitely underperformed, okay? So I believe one of the main reasons was everyone can pretty much agree that there wasn't enough action, especially when it starts off with that scene with Zordon and the Green Rita Ranger right away, like so cool. And then we go like a whole hour without anything. And then the second point that I thought was key was they lost that happy-go-lucky vibe of Power Rangers, and it was super dark, and everyone just hated Angel Grove, and they were just kind of delinquents, and they didn't really have no purpose. They weren't teenagers with attitude. They weren't, you know, there was just a whole thing here where there was no happy vibe. There wasn't a lot of comedy. Like when I think of Power Rangers, I'm thinking like New Zealand or California, sunny, everyone's dancing, working out, training, trying to better themselves. I didn't get those vibes. So like when you try to change a whole way that, you know, people have thought of something, you might get a little backlash. And I wasn't a hater on this. Now, the other thing that I think, those are two big things for Hasbro, is I think action, get to the action, keep the happy-go-lucky Power Ranger vibes, put some comedy in there, like put some good comedy, maybe not all this slapstick comedy, but make us laugh, baby. Yeah. And then the third one that I think is important that we don't realize is an important factor is our soundtrack. And we have to, if we're going to do a movie, we need to have some good musicians on this. If we're going to release a movie, I want to have an actual artist. I thought that the Power Rangers 2017 soundtrack was a huge opportunity missed. When I'm looking at the artists on here, they didn't pay anybody. The one rapper they had was Vince Staples, who I love Vince Staples. But at the end of the day, he's like in the middle of like followers and everything. No one really knows who Vince Staples is. You could have, like, all of the good soundtracks help these movies. Like, do you remember the Suicide Squad back, 2013, 2014? People hated that movie, but everyone loved the soundtrack, and it helped sell it. You know, like, if you get some big name rappers, singers, pop stars, rock bands, everything, that's how you sell it. And Transformers has had a pretty good run with some good soundtracks, you know? So I at the end of the day, I think there's a lot of factors that make a good movie. And Power Rangers, the 2017 movie, was not bad, but I feel like they got away from some things that made Power Rangers good and made it different, because people like Power Rangers because it wasn't so dark. It was kind of fun and a little bit comedic and a little bit, you know, a little bit dumb at times, but we liked it. You know, like everybody watches Family Guy, and that's the dumbest comedy, you know, like Power Rangers, I won't say was like the Family Guy of that, but also it wasn't the most serious. It wasn't Spider-Man. It wasn't Batman, the animated series. It was Power Rangers. It was fun. It was action. It was momentum. Like, you watch this and you hear the guitars and you're just like, you're punching the air and you're feeling good about life.
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely, some of the things that I hope that they do, especially under Hasbro and Paramount and all that. I feel like, you know, there might be a glimmering, shining light for the brand.
And here's my question. Maybe you know this because you just brought up Paramount. Is Paramount still involved with the Netflix project? Because I heard that the movie's just going to Netflix, right?
Yeah. I think Netflix could be hosting all of that stuff, but I think there might be a little bit of funding from Paramount also. So who knows? You know, it's weird. They're under the E1 type production company, and then Netflix is just going to be you know, the place where they're going to be releasing it. You know, honestly, honestly, it's for me. I think it's still. They got the home, they got everything, but they're like, as far as what they're going to put on it, I think they're still thinking about it, what could work, because they don't want another. I mean, I personally enjoyed some of it, but they don't want another fiasco like they did with the 2017 movie where they barely got their money back. So I think that they're really, you know, holding and checking what does work in Hollywood and with these types of properties. They tried their thing out with G.I. Joe and it kind of underperformed a little bit. So like, okay, maybe that's not the direction we go. I really think that, you know, they're really playing it safe, and I'm just interested to see what type of content they give us, you know, to hold us off for a little bit.
Okay, and I actually agree with that. For all the fans that are complaining about they're gonna push it back, think of this like a video game that comes out, my friends, that you think it's gonna drop in May, but then they push it back to the fall or early the next year. And really, as long as the game is good when it comes out, nobody cares.
Yep, Cyberpunk. You don't want another Cyberpunk.
Oh my gosh, yes. There's so many games like that.
Yeah.
They're forced out. That's why those dates suck. When there's an actual like standard release date that it has to be met on this date, the movie might not be that good unless they got a head start on it, or the video game might not be that good. You know, it's over time. If you give more creative control to the creator, they're going to be able to give you more out of your product, especially more time, because in video games, time is everything.
Yep.
If you give me more time, I can make more stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, I've never created a video game, but it would be like with anything, like compared to construction. You give me more time, I can build you more buildings. Well, same thing.
Yeah. Now, Dan, thank you so much for, spending time and talking to us about the fandom. And I love how enthusiastic you are about it. And, I love your take on it. And I'm a huge fan of your content and your YouTube channel. Tell the fans where everyone can find you at.
Hey guys, if you want to have a good time with me, come on over here to the fan club, TFC 563, or the fan club on Facebook. We're also on YouTube, the fan club. We're also on Instagram, TFC 563. Pretty much just type in the fan club on Google and we'll probably come up. We love the support, and thank you guys for having me. It's always a good time, man. Thank you.
And we definitely want to have you back once we get up in our new studio. We'll probably have you on, on the live stream, get to interact with some of the fans. Dude, honestly, if you guys haven't checked out his YouTube channel yet, it's one of the most unique takes on everything. It's a different take than you get with a lot of the Power Ranger YouTube content, and you're coming out with different videos, not just anything that's current. You got a lot of stuff that you're looking back at certain things, and I think that's really really amazing, and it's interesting for fans to see, because sometimes we forget about the history of where Power Rangers came from.
Oh yeah, I appreciate all the fans. They give me a lot of these ideas, and we've never stuck to just one concept. The fan club has been just a little bit of everything. So that gives us a little bit of freedom to kind of, I guess we can do that type of video today. Or tomorrow we'll talk about Beetleborgs. The next day we'll do some basketball. It's kind of fun where we don't necessarily have to tie ourselves down, but the fans always come back and we give them enough content where there's always going to be something for somebody.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for your time, sir. And, this isn't the last time you're going to see him. We're going to have him on many, many, many times if he's willing.
Let's go. Oh, yeah, I'd definitely be back. It's a great time. Next time I got to get my Power Rangers in the background, but I'll have to move around my desk and my computer. But I was thinking about, I was like, next time I get on there, I need to have the Power Rangers in the background.
Yeah, thank you so much for you guys watching. Thank you for joining the stream. Next up, an interview with Power Rangers Beast Morphers Jazz Baduwalia. Welcome, Illuminerds. We are here in Pasadena with the one and only Jazz. We should have a show because you're Jazz, I'm Jazz. We should be, do a little sitcom
Double
or something.
J's, baby. Double
J's, man. I've been wanting to talk to you since Silicon Comic-Con, Simi Valley. Dude, I saw your little short film that you had. Amazing, and you wrote it too, man.
Which one are you talking about? The Resurrection of
Nikolai?
Oh, man.
Dude,
that was a passion project for me, man, because I remember growing up watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and then also watching The Vampire Diaries. So I wanted to kind of do my own take, but not completely just copy it, but use it and then kind of make it my own. Dude, I am so proud of that project, still to this day.
Please tell me you're working and writing more, because I know you're doing a lot of these conventions, but I feel like this is the perfect time for you to exercise your creative side, and something that a lot of Power Ranger fans haven't seen. So are you working on more projects? Maybe you can.
Yes, so I am actually working on a film right now. It might be the reboot of Resurrection of Nikolai. So me and my co-writer are talking about it, or we are thinking about kind of like feeding off of that and making a part 2. So it depends, but I also really do want to write a horror film. I think they're so easy to make, but also I just want to get it right. I'm a perfectionist when it comes to anything, so I do just want to put out the best of the best projects, and hopefully all you guys enjoy.
That's awesome. Now I know that Netflix is a new home for Power Rangers and all the content. I was asking Jackie later, is there any shows on Netflix that, since you guys are under the same umbrella, that you'd love to be part of?
Bro, there is so many different projects that I see on Netflix. There's this one show called Lupin I would love to be a part of, and also Squid Games.
Oh, yes,
bro.
You're singing Squid Games.
Yeah, I've been singing Squid Games all day.
Dude, I'm going to talk to Joe. Power Morphicon's coming up in a few years, or in a few months. I want to see if I can maybe get together all the Power Rangers and we do like a Squid Game event.
Bro.
If we could come up with the money. Dude, it would be killer. A Power Ranger Squid Game, dude? You down?
Dude, yes, I would love to be, I don't even know their names, the guys in the red suit.
Oh, dude.
Bro, like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, man.
Yes. But yeah, just something like that, bro. Or I've always wanted to do like a teen romance.
Okay.
So
okay.
like Nicholas Sparks, something similar to that. Like I would love to be a part of.
You know what I can see you in, and it's such a big show for Netflix right now.
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see you in a show kind of like Cobra Kai, working with those OGs from Karate Kid. Because I'm sure you could use some of your little martial arts training in that.
It's funny. I was actually pitched for one of the characters in there.
Yeah. Do you know which character it was?
I did not. I think it was someone named Ryan or something like that. If I can remember correctly, this was last year or about 2 years ago.
I think you guys should go back and try again, man.
Because one of my agents represents the lead actress on the show.
Okay.
So my agent, So I mean, at the end of the day, it's whatever they're looking for, and if I fit it, then I fit it. If it's not, then it's not meant to be.
That's just what I imagine it personally. But dude, thank you so much for your time, and dude, let me know when that your new project's coming out.
Of course.
I'd love to watch it because,
dude,
I was like, man, this Nikolai story is it's so fun. It's like it was different from what I expected.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
So. But that's it, man. I mean, I'll keep all you guys updated, bro. And just thank you so much for the support.
Thank you so much.
Of course, my dog.
Next up, we're going to give you a toy review. We have the new Tmnt Power Rangers Duo Pack. What's up, guys? We got a little surprise toy review. It's gonna be freaking awesome. We're going to be reviewing the Power Rangers Ninja Turtles Duo set. Who we got there? We got Tommy as a foot soldier, and we got Raphael as the Red Ranger. So excited about this. Really super excited because I mean when they announced these, I was not home and I was kind of scared I wasn't gonna be able to get it, but we got it. This is awesome. So let's see what we got in the box. Look at that. That is sick. That's awesome. Oh my god, there's so much. Alright, let's open this up, huh? Oh my god, I cannot wait for the rest of these. They're gonna be so sick. They're gonna be so cool. Look at that box. That is crazy. What are we gonna take out first? You know what? Let's take out Tommy first. Only because he's probably the least impressive. Because I've seen so many foot soldiers, I'm not impressed with some of the foot soldiers. So this is the foot soldier. Look at that. That's pretty cool. He's got, a different design for the foot soldiers. Let's see what else he comes with. Let's see. Okay. So he comes with a little punch fist little thing right there. Focus, there you go. You can punch. Let me put it in his fist. Come on. What else he got? It's not going in. That's what she said. I'm kidding. That's a joke. Alright, let's see if we can get this to fit there. Okay, so punch fist thing. What else we got here? For Tommy. Okay. Comes with a sword. It kind of reminds me of is Ronin from the new Hawkeye series. A little bit, just a little bit. So put the sword in his hand, just so it got some place. Come on, man, these figures are freaking tight. All right, got the sword. Also comes with a sword, a little energy blast, which is a slash. So we got the slash. It's pretty cool. What else? We got two other hands, and then we got the Tommy head, which is looks like it's a repaint of the Green Ranger that we got. There you go. See him? That's cool. So let's change his head, huh? So I guess you can put his head on, and that's what he looks like. Little Tommy. Focus. There you go. But this also comes with some accessories. I guess when you take the mask off, there's like a little attachment to make it kind of seamless a little bit. A little different. It's got the little neck piece. Also, comes with a cool kind of what it looks like. It looks like a scorpion type mask thing for Tommy, just in case you want to keep him as Tommy but make him a ninja. So, right there, zoom in. There you go. Look at that. That's pretty sick. That's actually pretty cool. So we got the extra hands. So that's awesome. Now to look at the Red Ranger, the Raphael Red Ranger. First, let's pop out his head. So, let's see if I can get it here. It's a tiny little head. There you go. Pretty cool. Got lightning effect, because, you know, all the weapons use lightning effects. And then you got a few set of hands, and you got two. It looks like it's a fusion between Sai's and Jason's sword, power sword. Focus. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. And then what else we got here? Two extra hands. Oh, 4 hands. He's got 4 hands. Well, let's check out the figure. Unboxing ASMR here. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So, you can check out the Red Ranger. You can put the size in his little, you know, holsters here. So that's pretty cool. See? That's pretty cool. And you can also change his head. So you can change him to Raphael. Now, gotta pop it. Come on, pop. Gotta pop, pop, pop. Here, let's see if we can get the pop noise. Ah, dang it. No pop noise? Okay. But here's Raphael's head. Pretty cool. Honestly, these figures look amazing, and they're a great addition to the collection. And I love how he can hold the sword the way that he holds it in the cartoon. You can just hold it like this. That is really cool. Honestly, the helmet is really cool too. Let's see. Ninja size. Oh, that is awesome. Raphael with a shell, and you just pop his head off. Just pop his head off. Come on. There you go. Pop the head off. Looks like the shell comes off too. It doesn't, but it looks like it. With the helmet. Oh, fucking so beautiful. So freaking beautiful. You put it next to each other. Freaking amazing. Of course, we know that he is not a bad guy, Tommy, but that's so cool, man. I cannot wait to complete this set because they're just gonna look so awesome together. And if you read the freaking Boom Studio comics, it's so sick. I've been super excited about this toy. So I got this from GameStop. So if you guys haven't got yours, check out GameStop. Look at that. So amazing. That's so awesome. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the stream. And be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to keep updated with everything trending in geek pop culture.